Hello everybody and welcome back to more Dragon Age Origins. So we're back in camp, and since somebody told me that these remarkable things go to Shale, I guess I'll be doing that. For future reference though, I don't really like to be told those things. I mean, I'd much rather just find out by myself.
Ooh,
It's just...
shiny. Very
it's
nice.
just better
Very
that way, you
nice
know?
indeed. Very nice.
There. Now she has great strength, and maybe she'll say some
It
other
has occurred
stuff.
to me that I've been... Excuse me. This is not easy. It occurs to me that I have been less than charitable with it since it reanimated me.
That's putting it mildly.
I have come to realize that it has been good to me. You have been good to me, even though you had no control rod to enforce obedience. I have never had one before, so I don't know how to thank you for being, you know...
A friend?
Exactly so. I followed you, expecting to find answers to my questions, but I think I have found something better.
Well, it is good to have you along.
Oh, let us not speak of this awkward bonding moment ever again. To the road.
Aw, what a squishy little moment. Okay, anything else?
I am listening. It doesn't have better things to do.
Well, I thought you were gonna call me you now. Alright, there's nothing more with her. I just want to check on people. I don't think they'll have anything to say, although Leliana seemed she wanted to talk to me before.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind?
Why did you decide to come to Ferelden?
My mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself a Ferelden. Mother served an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled. When Orlais was defeated and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was born in Orlais and did not set foot in Ferelden till much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it.
So what happened to your mother?
Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother.
Do you remember nothing of your mother?
Strangely, the only thing I really remember of Mother was her scent. She kept dried flowers in her closet amongst her clothes. Small white Ferelden wildflowers with a sweet fragrance. Mother called them Andraste's Grace. They were very rare in Orlais. But enough about that. Let us move on.
Aw, so I found out something about her, but it doesn't help with my gift stuff, because I already gave it to her.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind?
Do you miss anything about Orlais?
I miss Valroyaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Valroyaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Valroyaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the grand cathedral. It was magnificent.
Sounds wonderful.
Oh, it would take me a day or two to talk about the many splendors of Orlais, her golden fields, her lush meadows. Of course there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
What sorts of things?
Dresses, fine dresses and furs, and shoes, of course. One can't mingle with nobility with bad shoes, you see. Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes, Living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
What's so special about shoes?
Well, they're shoes. They're pretty. Some of them anyway. When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
Oh, that sounds so lovely.
I had my eye on a pair my shoemaker was working on. It was covered in pale blue silk with amber beads on the toe. The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh, just look at them.
I know, right? So ugly and shapeless.
They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
Alright, so she's the one who wants those blue satin shoes that I have back in
Something I can help
storage.
with? Yes? What's on your mind?
Do you have any tales?
Of course I do.
Mm-hmm.
I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Was there another
Which
story?
one?
Do you know anything about the Dalish? I was about to go there anyways.
I have heard a little about how the elves gained their freedom from the Tevinter Imperium. When Andraste began her exalted march against the Imperium, the elves joined her cause to fight their masters. The great elven leader, Shatan, born in captivity, rose up to lead his people. He foresaw a future where the elves were free. Shatan was killed when Andraste was betrayed, but the elves continued to fight, eventually breaking free of the Imperium. The elves claimed the Dales in the south and settled there in the land of their own.
Didn't last.
The elves lived in the Dales for centuries. They resurrected the worship of the elven gods and would allow the building of no chantry. This angered the chantry, and the hostility between the two factions finally broke out in open war. The chantry says the elves struck first, but I do not know whether to believe it. The chantry declared a wholly exalted march against the elves, named for Andraste's similar march against Tevinter. During the exalted march of the Dales, the elven cities were sacked, and the elven state completely dissolved. Some of the elves bitterly accepted their fates and surrendered to human rule, living in the human cities as second-class citizens. But others, still fiercely proud of their heritage, refused to bow to the humans, and instead became homeless wanderers. They were the elves of the Dales, the Dalish.
Nice. What do you know about Andraste?
Andraste was the Maker's chosen. The Maker had long since abandoned the world when the sound of her singing turned his ear. Beauty, grace, and wisdom enraptured him, and he offered to take her from this flawed world to become his divine bride. But Andraste had an earthly husband and would not forsake him. Instead, she beseeched the Maker to return to his people once more. So earnest was her plea that the Maker was moved, and promised that he would create a paradise on earth if all abandoned their false gods and turned once more to him. And this is why Andraste began her exalted march on the idolaters of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker granted her his powers with which to smite her enemies. Andraste brought the Imperium to its knees, and her victories converted many to the worship of the Maker.
And how did Andraste die?
Alas, it was the frailties of men that betrayed and killed Andraste. Her earthly husband, Maferath, a chieftain of the Alamari tribes himself, grew jealous as his wife's popularity and influence overshadowed his own. She was also revered as the Maker's betrothed, and Maferath began to see their own bond waning in significance as Andraste became ever more devoted to the Maker. Out of envy and spite, Maferath made a pact with the Archon Hysarian of Tevinter, allowing his beloved Andraste to be ambushed and captured. Andraste was burnt at the stake in Minrathous, the capital of Tevinter.
Why did the Maker not save her with his power?
I have thought on this too. Did he withdraw his sight from her at that moment? Where were all the powers he bestowed upon her? This question has come to me many times, and I have no answer. Perhaps there was no way for Andraste to return to the Maker but through her death. We will never know for sure.
That nug. My god, the whole conversation, all I can hear is the freaking nug in the background. Win.
Is there something you need?
Well, we haven't talked in a while.
I will answer to the best of my ability.
Alright. So you don't have anything new. What about Ogren?
What you need? What about?
How do you like the surface?
It's sodding great. At first I was a little queasy with all that air, but there's just so much of it. No one has any idea who you are or what you're doing. And the ale. Oh, who'd have thought? Ale made with grain. Aye, the surface is great. It's like a big, bright world of filth without a ceiling. My kind of place. Hey, let's go find something to kill, huh? All this talk makes my hands twitchy.
Okay. Ale made with grain. Yes. So what did you guys use down there?
What you need? What about?
Do you miss Orzammar?
What? Miss Orzammar? Are you mad, in addition to being ugly?
Whoa there.
They treated me like a puddle fly back there. I'm never going back. Alright. Aye, alright then.
Do we...
You have a lot of nerve coming here.
Is there some kind of problem?
Problem? Oh, I got a problem. With your face. You keep it up and I'll fight you. I don't even care that you're some kind of wool-gnawing poetess.
What the fuck? Poetess?
You came and stole my own princess with your poetry.
Huh. You think I'm Hespeth?
Your disguise can't fool me, woman. That's right. You keep looking at me like that. I'll just go get my pants from that sodding dog.
You know, I just talked to you a moment ago and you were perfectly fine.
What you need? Aye.
Wait, yeah, and he's back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ass chabs. What you need?
What the hell? That was really random.
What about?
What is it like to be a warrior in Orzammar?
You get a sword or an axe, and are told to go out and defend your city. It's the best thing in the world. That is until you try to live in the city you saved.
What do you mean?
I mean, they train you to kill, teach you to harness your rage at the first noise you hear, then try to set 100 sodding rules about it. Like those provings. Ancestors show their favor through the strongest arm, right? So why so many rules saying how to fight, and when you win, and not to bloody kill? Killing's what swords are for.
I see what you mean.
You toss a nug to a deep stalker, you don't expect it not to eat the thing, right? This makes me cranky. Don't you have any other inane questions?
Nope.
All right.
Alright, that was interesting. If I remember correctly, these guys are here because they want money.
On your order, Grey Warden.
Do you need anything?
The Jarl was generous, but rushed.
Yeah.
We're a mercenary force, Warden. Much
Got it.
Right. coins. I'm not sure what it does. I think if you put in more money, you get better troops at the end or something, but whatever, you know.
Here I am. Oh, this should be good.
Yeah, you don't have anything new. Let me go get those shoes from the storage. Alright, so I got the stuff out. I also got some symbols of Andraste out in the Chantry amulet. I'm guessing they're for her, I'm not sure, but whatever.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank
That's it? I don't get any kind of like, oh my god, these are the shoes I wanted, blah blah
Something
blah.
I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind?
Nothing, I guess. Jeez, fine. Don't express more lengthy gratitude for those freaking boots.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Oh,
she loves
how
this stuff.
dear of you. Thank you so
Yep.
much.
Yeah. Much love. Okay. Lots of cunning. Actually. What's your cunning at now? 38. Holy. That's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Alright, and I also wanted to give some stuff to Morgan. These two I just happen to remember from my previous playthroughs. At least, I don't remember it like starkly, but I feel like they're hers, so I'm gonna give them to her.
What have you there? A mirror? You could not know it, but I possessed something very similar long ago. I stole such a mirror from a village, and Flemeth was enraged at my carelessness. She destroyed it, much to my dismay. It is incredible that you found one so like it. I am uncertain what to say. You must wish something in return, certainly.
That'd be ridiculous. It's a gift, Morgan.
You say that as if I should be accustomed to such a thing. I have never received a gift, not one which did not come at a price. I suppose I should say thank you for the gift. 'Tis most thoughtful, truly.
Aww. How sweet. And the golden necklace.
A fine gift.
Yep.
You
She liked that one. Oh, codex upgrade. Updated, sorry. Blah blah blah. Fondness for jewelry and is very particular about her appearance. Fondness for jewelry, huh? Let me see what I have in terms of other jewelry type gifts. Alright, so you can have a silver
a
chain
fine gift. You
and a
have
gold
my
amulet.
thanks.
Good, good. Everything good? How much do you like me now? Alright. I seem to remember, where is it? The wine stuff being for Win? I think. That's what I remember. I'm not sure if I'm remembering that correctly, but let's go try it. Alright, I just gave the last remarkable green stone thing to Shale, so she's got complete strength now, which is nice. I'm not sure about the whole wind thing and wine, so let's just try it.
Oh, marvelous.
And she seemed to like it.
Oh, marvelous.
Nice. She does not seem to have anything in here that tells of what she would like in terms of other gifts. She feels that what a people commit to the page is sacred by definition. Huh. Would she like the genealogical chart? I don't know. Alright. When it comes to mead and stuff like that, though, I don't know if that's for Win or for Ogren. either or seems pretty likely. We'll just have to see. Well, we have 2 ales, so we can kind of play with that. Would you like an ale?
My ancestors, this is a wonderful gift.
Oh yeah, you really like that.
By my ancestors, this is a wonderful gift.
But then would Win like the wine?
Oh, marvelous.
Yes, she does like the wine. I wonder if the Sunblonde Vint and whatever the other one was, if those were supposed to be for her, because she liked them, but it was like +5, while just the plain old wine was +8. Alright, I'm gonna guess the mead is for him.
That looks fine indeed.
Yes. What about the flagon? Never a stale brew when you facilitate swift consumption. I don't know. Special brew.
That looks fine indeed.
Let's try it. Let's try it with Ogren.
That looks fine indeed.
Alright, so he liked it. So Win approves, Ogren approves. Yes, yes, yes. Alcohol, increasing rarity, potency, and outright lethality. Ah. The Sunblonde or the Golden Scythe or whatever the heck, one of those had the description that being in contact with skin would be lethal but inevitable. That was the description on it, and Ogren probably would like that. Oh well, Win drank it. Although she liked it a lot, apparently. Who got... okay, you got Constitution. Awesome. Anyways, that was a lot more talking and gifting than I thought that I would do, but alas. One more conversation. Morrigan, now that she likes me better, will she have something new to say to me?
I await your command.
I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions,
Never mind. Okay, wait, what about the other
I
options?
await your command.
Life in the wilds must have been very lonely.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
But you eventually left.
Such simple pleasures will only enthrall for so long. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. 'Twas encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
So now we get told about this. Can't imagine Flemeth was pleased, because you already told me about it.
She was not. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
But you were just a child.
And a foolish one. Flemeth was right to break me of my fascination. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
You don't need to live that way any longer.
Do I not? I am still an apostate mage, even if I have left the wilds. The Darkspawn are yet undefeated. No, there is much that remains. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
I seem to be finding out these stories in all the wrong way. Backwards.
I await your command. We are in camp, so 'tis.
Alright, we're done with Morgan. Alright, so I'll call the episode there, and I will see you guys next time.